Hi, this is Peter the Clairvoyant here, and I'm doing a reading for yourself here, basing it on the star sign Leo. So we're going to start off with an overview, look at relationships, then we'll have a look at work and career, and health and money, and see whatever else we get here. So let's see what we get for you here. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, first thing I'm getting here, it's almost like it feels like you've got a few worries and a few concerns here, but it is saying, Luke, they are unfounded. And what I mean by this is, it doesn't mean your worries are not real. It's just basically where there's a will, there's a way. So everything can be sorted out. So this is your worries and anxiety. So you feel a bit trapped here, but everything can be resolved. But the problem is sometimes you can come out as a person of balance. It's like you like to know where everything is, where everything's kind of going, everything in its little neat boxes sometimes. And that's great, but I just feel so now you've got to come out your comfort zone and you've got to start taking a bit of a leap of faith. And the more you can do that, the more you'll get where you need to be in life. So this is where I feel so you've got to really start really pushing yourself forward now and not shying away from the things that I feel that you should be doing. So basically what's quite interesting here is you're coming in here now as the Chariot. And the Chariot is basically the vehicle of your life. And what this is saying to you now is you've got to start pushing things forward. You've got to look at your life like you're in a car. If you don't put the fuel in, don't put the accelerator on, that car doesn't go when it needs to go. And your life is like that now. You're in the driving seat. You've got to drive it forward. You've got to push it forward. And if you do that, there's success. You know, you can get whatever it is you're looking for in life within reason. But if you sit there and wait for it to come to you, you can be waiting all day long, probably for a very long time. And I feel like sometimes money's holding you back a little bit, but not just to do with money with this. You're feeling a bit lost, sort of not knowing which direction you're going within your life. And it's like I feel like I'm being held back. And sometimes I feel as though it's yourself putting barriers there that are not there. And sometimes it's the universe, so it's a little bit of both. So I'm not completely putting all the onus on you, but there is a tendency for you to stop yourself moving forward. So what you've got to start doing now is gain a bit of balance in your life. So whatever energy you put into things now, you've got to start making sure it works for you. So if it does, great, keep doing it, push it forward even more. But if not, don't do it. But I know sometimes it isn't as simple as that. It's like things are very difficult. And I just feel so now you've got to make some big, massive decisions. And these are going to be life-changing decisions to a point here. But it's your victory sword here. So this is saying, look, these decisions are going to be right for you. But I can see you connecting with a person who comes across as a bit controlling. And sometimes it's like they like everything way. Now, I don't want to put you off them, but I feel like sometimes they're hard work. And I feel like you're trying to make things happen and get there, and you've got a lot of love and a lot of emotion for this person, but sometimes it's like you can't seem to get where you need to be. And this is what you've got to focus on now, sorting things out. So there's a lot of things now to be sorted out. But I just know you've got a lot of love for this person, because here it's showing me your loving, powerful, emotional card. But I feel like you don't trust very easily either, because he's your mistrust card. And I also feel as though with that coming out right in the centre of your life, I just feel as though it's a bit more than sort of not trusting. I feel like there is a tendency of around you, somebody around you, sort of not doing what they should be doing. So do have your wits about you. And I feel like, I don't like sort of saying negative things, but when I've got to say something, I've got to say it. So I feel as though I don't want to be 100% say somebody's cheating around you, but just watch it and analyse it. Now, it could be a bit of a past situation, but it isn't showing me the past. So I just want you to analyse that in your own thoughts. So if you feel as though something's not quite right, then this is reaffirming it. But I don't want you to just sort of listen to what I'm saying, because I don't want you to just jump in and accuse somebody when it's not there. But I'm just being honest with what I'm seeing. Okay, but like I say, it could be that you just don't trust, so that's why I'm saying I want you to analyse it, because sometimes I just see black and white, In other words, what I see is what I see, but I don't always get the shades of grey, which is the bits in the middle. And I'm seeing black and white, mistrust. The shades of grey is it you not trusting, or is it somebody around you who's not being true to you? So just watch that a little bit. And I feel so this is what you've got to be careful of. Excuse my dog here barking a little bit. So I can just feel like you're being a bit drained of everything now, and it's like everything's tiring you out. So what I want you to do here now is connect with your energy levels. So I feel so you need to start eating properly, drinking properly, sleeping properly, building your strength up a little bit, and then you'll start to feel a bit better within yourself, like you can cope with everything that's going on around you. Because it's like I feel like a lot of things are going on at the moment and it's pulling you down. But what I like here, which is brilliant for you, because at this end I've got you making your big massive decisions, and at this end, because that's your victory sword, you've got your other victory card coming in and saying, look, you're going to put it all into action and it's going to start to unfold for you the way you intend it to. But you have got to start standing your ground now a little bit about what you want and where you're going. So with that, it doesn't matter what friends say, it doesn't matter what family says, it doesn't even matter what I say. This is about you doing what's best for you. So you've got to start sticking to your guns a little bit now and following everything through. But I feel like it all starts with you now, starting to speak your mind a little bit more. And I feel like you've got to get things off your chest a little bit. So this is what you've got to start sorting out. And I feel like as you get all these things sorted, I feel like everything becomes clearer around you. Because it's like there is a bit of confusion, but I can see you sorting things out and resolving it all. Let's just see what your angels are going to say crossing all this. Yeah, so it's like I feel so you've got to think a couple of things to sort out with family. But I also feel with that, yes, do think about family. Yes, think about keeping family together. But it's got to be what you want. And sometimes it's like family can hold us back a little bit. So in other words, don't just be there for them, be there for yourself. Right, okay. Right, let's have a look at relationships for you. So relationships based it on the star sign Leo. Relationships based it on the star sign Leo. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So I just feel as though similar things are coming out here, and I just feel as though you've got to start sort of deciding now what's best for you. And again, this mistrust is coming out again. So this is coming out very strong with you. And I feel like it's almost like it's holding you back. And do you know what? The more I feel I draw to, it's almost like I feel as though you don't trust very easily. Not that there's mistrust around you. It's like I feel as though it's coming from you. You don't trust. And the reason why I say that is because I've got the devil card crossing it. And it's basically, it's like it's holding you back. But I'm still sort of saying it loosely, as if to say there's some kind of element of mistrust here. But you'll know what I'm on about, and I'm just bringing it out and confirming it. But what I like here for you now is your lovely star cards coming out, as if to saying, look, there's hope for the future here. Things are going to settle, things are going to become clearer, but you have got to start tidying things up. Because if you don't, it's not going to get sorted, it's not going to get resolved. And you've got to start sorting all this out now so you can move forward the way you need to. And I just feel as though now you've got to start getting this balance in your life. And this balance is going to be so, so important. You've got to make sure now everything's working for you. But again, right next to your mistrust card, I keep getting love. Love is here. And you've got some massive decisions, but everything's draining your energy. And it's like whatever's blocking you now, you've got to sort this out. You cannot keep going on like this. It's got to be sorted. It's got to be tidied up. You've got to let the weight down. You've got to start pushing your life forward. And then as you do that, then you're onwards and upwards. But I know from the moment you start sorting it to the moment you get where you need to be going. Because again, here's your victory sword making these decisions. Here's your victory card coming out that you've sorted it. It's like you're getting it through it. And I've got you offering a lot of love to somebody here, and I feel so this love is growing and growing and growing, and I just feel so I've got to embrace it. And I just feel so it's good, but it's almost like I feel so you've got to do a lot of soul searching now about what you want and where you're going. And then as you do that, you're going to find that connection that makes you happy and makes you settled, and that's what it's all about. And I just feel so now it's all about you being true to you. And that I feel is the most important thing I've said. You being true to you. You being true to you. It's like I won't keep repeating it and repeating it and repeating it for some reason. It's almost like I feel as though you're not doing something that you're not being true to you. And I feel like once you do that, I feel like everything starts to come good. So, and this is what it's all about. And let's just see what your angels say here. See, and it's telling you to reward yourself. It's like sometimes it feels like you're giving a lot of yourself. You've got to start doing something now that's going to lift you up now, making you feel good about you. Now, normally I say treating yourself and pampering yourself, but I don't feel it's that with you. I feel like it's you being true to your thoughts and rewarding yourself in that way. Then I feel like as that happens, everything flows and you become grounded and settled and everything starts unfolding the way it needs to be. But again, next to your love card, you've got your Chariot here, which is saying to push things forward. So it keeps coming out more or less the same now, where I just feel as though you've got to start being true to you, what you're wanting and what you're seeking. But I just feel as though you're not being true to yourself. There's just something you're not being true to. And I don't mean to say it in a negative way, but it's like once you start doing what's right for you, that's when it comes good. So it's not that you're doing anything negative. It's when you can be true to yourself. Right, let's have a look at work and career. Oh, now this is interesting. Now, work and career, you're coming out quite empowered. It's like you've got this real strength of character around you. And I feel like in some ways, you should be at the top of what you're doing, or to a point that you're happy with, or possibly doing something for yourself, like self-employment. And this is quite interesting. And funny enough, as I show you here, well, let me show you this first. You're coming out as the Emperor. So this is saying, look, you've got this kind of strength of character, and you need to tap into that more. And then sitting next to that, there's your self-employment card, and a bit further down here you've got your career card. So it's like, what do you want? Would you like to be running your own business, or would you like to sort of be having the security of a job? But I do believe if you go down the self-employment route, it's going to give you the freedom to run your life the way you want to, and also give you financial freedom. And I feel like gradually, as you take the leaps of faith with that, I've got money building up around you. But you have got past thoughts and ideas that you could bring to the forefront and really make them happen for you. And you know what? I just feel as though this is the part of your life that I feel as though if you put your energy into this will have a ripple effect right across your life. Because I'm always a big believer, if you're not happy within your workplace or what you're doing, your career, it has a ripple effect on the rest of your life. And I just feel as though this is an area of your life I feel as though you should focus on first. Because I feel as though this will empower you, lift you up, get you motivated, and it's all good. But I just feel as though if anybody's holding you back here, which is not showing me, but I feel like I've got to say it, if anybody's holding you back, I feel like you mustn't let them, because it's almost like you'll be a bear with a sore head. In other words, career is going to be very important to you. And it just feels that this is something that you've got to be doing and focusing on. And then as you do that, you're onwards and upwards. But I get security and welfare. I feel I've got money building up around you. I just get the feeling you got a lot of things to sort out. But it's telling you to come in. And for the first time, you're coming out here as the Leo, because this is your Leo card within the tarot. And it's funny how it's coming to your career side. And Leos can be driven and ambitious. And you're crossing here the Emperor as well, the empowered person. And, you know, when I have seen you've come out as the fire sign in your personalities as well. but I just feel as though it's all there for you now. So it's like you got to do a bit of resolving here, but I definitely feel as though there's ideas. So he's past coming in. Here's your thoughts and ideas looking forward that you need to focus on. But your Tower card feels like as you do this, it's almost like you're knocking your life down a little bit and rebuilding yourself. But I get this feeling of upsetting people. It's like you could be doing what you want to do, but they don't want you to do it. But I just feel so sod that. You do what you want to do. Because remember, before I kept on saying, be true to you, be true to you, be true to you. And it just feels like sometimes you're doing things that are pleasing everybody else, but they're not pleasing you. And I just feel so that's got to stop. And I just feel so it'd be interesting now to see what comes out here in your angels when it comes to work and career. Have confidence to get out there and do what's right for you. So I just feel as though career is looking really good. But I just feel as though you've got focus on it. But I feel like I won't put you working for yourself. I really do. And you've got the energy, you've got the passion, your star signs backing you up for you to do that. I feel like it all fits to me. But something's just telling me you're not quite doing what you should be doing. So it's like you've got to do a bit of tidying up, sorting out, and just getting on with it. Right, let's have a look at money. Right, I'm not worried about money for you, but I do get security coming around you, and here's your self-employment. So if you want money, you should be working for yourself. And I feel so focus on that, build that up, and money and security is there for the future. But I don't get any concern over money, but do watch somebody letting you down, almost like stabbing you in the back a little bit when it comes to money. So do watch somebody around you who I feel as though is not being true to you, or sort of after something that you've got, and it's like they're trying to sort of do something sly behind your back. And let's have a quick look at your health. Right, so try not to take on too much, because sometimes I feel as though you're taking on a lot, but I feel as though it's to do with more with thoughts than anything, and it's draining you a little bit. So try and lighten the load a little bit. Keep an eye on your right knee playing up. Keep an eye on your eyesight with your eyes. Maybe it's just a simple eye test coming up, but I'm being drawn to your eyes. And try and get balance in your lifestyle. So eat properly, drink properly, sleep properly, all those type of things. And then I feel as though that will lift you up a little bit. But the main thing I'm being drawn to is keep an eye on your stomach area. And I feel as though with that, I just feel as though, with that, just bring positive foodstuffs into your diet to complement your issues. So listen to your doctor, but do your bit as well. And I feel as though all these little things that are going on around just draining you a little bit. And I feel as though as you start to deal with them, your energy levels will start to lift up. So you'll start to feel a bit better within yourself. But do focus on diet and sleep patterns. Right, let's have a look now over the course of the year. Anything you need to know, anything you should be doing, and generally what's going on around you. So as you focus on your thoughts and ideas now, your life is going to blossom out and grow. So there's a lot of positivity come. It's going to take a bit of time, but you've got to bed it in. But you've got to start letting certain things go. It's like sometimes you're taking on too much, or taking on too much of everybody else's crap. So you've got to start setting goals for you. This could include some study or training, learning some new skills, but whatever it is, it's all there for you. But it could be simple, you doing a bit of research. But you're coming out here the person who can make money. So I feel as though, focus on that, and that is there for you. But you've got a bright future ahead of you now. Things are going to become clearer, more settled, and you'll know where you're going. And it's almost like it feels like you've got two paths now that you could be going down, and you just got to choose now which is the best direction for you. I don't get no right, no wrong, except to keep being true to you, what you want. Stop thinking about everybody else. Put yourself first for a change. Any kind of worries and concerns that you've got, they're unfounded. Everything can be sorted, but you've got to start dealing with it. If you keep brushing the carpet, it's not going to be dealt with. It'll just keep moving forward with you. So it's like you've got to do a bit of soul searching here. And with this, it's like you'll look at the past, places that you've been, people that you've connected with, people that we've lost, all good. But then you'll look at the present, and then hopefully you'll look towards the future. Don't be worrying about money. Try sort of come out of this place where I feel so you're not knowing what you're doing, where you're going. You've got to start pushing those ideas forward. Sometimes it's not just a matter of saying, oh, shall I do this, shall I do that? Try it all, see what works for you. Stop trying to control everything. And I don't mean you're a controlling person, but sometimes you like everything in its little neat boxes. So all you've got to do now is get this balance right. This balance is going to be so important to you. And again, you keep coming out a bit drained and a bit run down with everything. So, focus on you a little bit first, then start sort of tidying up all the other things, and you'll have the energy to get on with it all. And let's have a look at your angels now, what these have got to say. So do reward yourself a little bit. It's like go and treat yourself, pamper yourself, do something that's going to lift you up, make you feel good about you. Somebody you've got to forgive, and then as you let go of that, you can be able to move forward. I'm not saying you've got to forgive in person, but it could be just up here. Just let the burden go. Now there's a lot of positive energy coming around you now, so this is a great time now for you to be making things happen. And sealing love, this is a great time now for you to be making things happen, getting out there and sort of, being true to yourself, and do accept yourself for who you are and what you are, and also the people that you're connecting with. It's like you've got your own kind of unique personalities. Now you've got daydream here. Now this doesn't mean you're a daydreamer, but this does mean, look, if you do have any worries or concerns, go to bed in a quiet, receptive state, and the angels will come through. And sometimes they'll come through in the strangest of ways to be there for you, to help guide you and protect you. Start trusting your intuition now and going with your gut feelings. This says you've got a lovely positive energy around you. It's very caring, very healing, very intuitive. So you'll be good at looking after people, caring, counselling, social work, or you could perhaps connect with that on a spiritual level. Perfect timing now for you to be acting on your inspirations. So get out there now and focus on what you should be doing. So I hope all that's kind of made sense to you. So if you've got any questions, feel free to come back to me and ask me, because I'm there to go over it with you. So just have a look at it. And just before I finish, I feel so I've got a man around you in spirit here, and I feel I've got an issue with his stomach area, and I feel like he got some kind of cancerous condition. And I just feel as though that's what he passed away with, but he's got a real kind of lovely energy around him, and he seems to be coming around you to lift you up and try and guide you and put you on the right path. So I feel as though that's really nice. So I feel as though if you can connect with him and sort of draw upon his energy, I feel as though that's nice. I seem to be getting